And the king's chamber is where that sarcophagus is. And in ancient, and then I saw a picture of that being illuminated with the sound technologies that they were using. But the sarcophagus in the king's chamber was a teleportation device. You know, what they would do in ancient times would actually put a lid on the sarcophagus that's completely stone. There's no way anyone could move that. And you'd have to get out of the sarcophagus by transporting your body. That's what one of the final tests for the ancient initiates were, to somehow, which is what you did, and you probably have a memory of doing that from a lifetime, was get out by transporting your body someplace else. So that you passed that initiation.
Yeah, it happened again in this life. Yeah, it's so interesting. Yeah, the sensory deprivation is a big part of our ability to experience ourselves differently and experience the void and the quantum field and astral travel and access memories. And yeah, it seems like the sensory deprivation experiences were really important in those ancient initiation processes. Yeah.
That's really what the ancient initiations were about, disconnecting from the physical world. Because I was in a mystery school for years, and the mystery school with this ascended master teacher would take us through the practices of the ancient adepts. And through these practices, we would start to see through our blindfolds. We would start to really navigate with a higher sense. So that's one thing. And then teleportation, mind over matter, looking at a deck of cards face down is a practice, and seeing the cards. And you really, if you stare at that deck, and I couldn't believe this was happening with candles at candlelight, you're just staring there. You start to see these cards floating up, and you start to see what's on the other side of the card. And it's the easiest thing to do is to know whether it's a picture card or a number card. That's the first thing. And if you do it long enough, you could see, okay, are they hearts, or are they black or red? And then you see, are they hearts or diamonds? So it's practice, it's practice. But that is only a practice to make you much more psychic on many, many levels. So these practices of the ancient schools were to build the muscles of the extra senses, the higher senses that we have.
And we should say, for people who aren't aware, just by going in the pyramids and temples in Egypt, especially the pyramid, because of how it's constructed geometrically, that alone has an effect on your energy field and shifts the geometry in your energy field to even turn on more of those psychic abilities. And for those who, maybe don't have the ability or means to go to Egypt, our Goddess Isis initiation course is designed to give you similar experiences so that you can do some of this initiation work at home to shift your field and open up that sensory perception. So there's all different ways. That's what's so cool about, I think, like what's happening with the Starseed community these days is we've got all of these different ways people are getting activated and healing and transforming. And then a trip to Egypt is like icing on the cake.